BIS, the Department for Business Innovation and Skills, the Learning Revolution, and Learning Leicestershire. Here to promote informal adult learning.
Hello and welcome to this video, which is all about the Windows operating system. There's a handout that you can download called windows.pdf. I suggest that you print that off and then you can make some notes on there which may help you next time. Before we dive straight into this handout, I just want to tell you what an operating system is. Well, the operating system is the part of our computer that tells the electronics what to do. I tell the operating system what to do, the operating system tells the electronics what to do, and then hopefully we get what we want out the other end. So we can move on to part one. It's just a fancy calculator, isn't it? Well, in the olden days, a computer was pretty much a calculator. It was an adding machine. And I've got a picture down here of a more recent computer. Obviously not that recent, as we can see here. But it was still quite a hard piece of equipment to control. We had to type in commands on the keyboard to tell it what to do, and then it would come back with our results at the other end. Well, now we don't have to type commands anymore. We just simply have to click buttons with our mouse. We can use a computer to do an awful lot more things than just add. We can use it to fly through 3D worlds. We can use it to download and listen to our favourite music. We can even use it to develop these how-to videos that I'm doing. We'll talk about some more of those later on in the tutorial. So on to part two, Windows. It does what it says on the tin. Well, let me just get a few windows open. Oh, we've got this window here open. I shall open up some other files and folders, just so we've got a few different things open on the screen. And that will help to visualize what a window is. This is a window, and within this window, we've got an image. This is also a window. Within that window, we have a document. This is the windows.pdf document. That's also within a window. We've got a calculator. That's within a window. So as you can see, Windows has made it very easy for us to display, view, and use our programs and software on the operating system. But there are other operating systems available out there, and we all need to be aware of those. I've got some pictures of those. Here's one picture of the Mac OS X operating system. It's quite similar to Windows. And then also, got another picture here of Linux. That's another slightly different operating system. They both work in different ways, and they both look slightly different to each other. Well, now we've looked at what a computer is and the operating system. I've also explained Windows and how the Windows system works. We can look at the Windows 7 interface. First of all, I want to clean off my desktop. And in Windows 7, we've got a little cool little button down here that, first of all, if you hover over it, it will show you your desktop. But also if you click on it, it will make everything that's on your desktop disappear down onto the bottom taskbar, everything that we've been using. Well, the first place to start in any Windows operating system is the Start button. And you can see there, it's a little orb. On Windows XP, it was a little green Start button. And in Vista, I think it was still a orb like it is now in Windows 7. We can click on the Start button, which will allow us to start anything within our computer. We can start different pieces of software, as we've got on the left-hand side of the box. Or we can view different files and folders, like on the right-hand side of our box. If I wanted to view my file, I will click on Nathan. And there we go, it opens up all of the folders within my file. I've got my documents, my music, my pictures, my videos. It's almost like we've got a big filing cabinet like you'd have in your office. And one of those drawers is called Nathan at the top. And within that drawer, I've got a file called, well, I click onto my pictures. So within my drawer, I've got a file. Within that file, look, there's all these different folders. Within, well, this folder, I've got a picture. So it's very similar if you think about it as a physical filing cabinet, it's really easy to understand the folder structure of your computer. Similarly to the desktop. It's very easy to understand what the desktop is if you think of it as a physical desktop. On your desktop you'll have a pad and a pen. You may have some other files and documents on your desk. Like I've got down here, I can just open up my images. And that's like you getting out your photo album, putting it on your desk. You can go through those images. So think of your desktop as your workspace. And on your workspace, you have your different files and folders all open. You can put them on top of different files and folders. You can put them away, or you can close them, just like you would on your real desktop in your real filing cabinet. Other things to look out for on the interface are icons. These here are icons. I can go straight into my folder by double clicking with the left mouse button on my folder, and it opens up my folder again, as we can see there. Also within Windows 7 we've got these little things here, which this one tells us what the weather's like in Leicester. This little thing, it's called a gadget, that tells me how my system's running. I've already mentioned the taskbar at the bottom, and that holds all of the programs and files that are currently open, but it also, these ones here, they've not got any boxes highlighted around them. That's because they're not open and we don't have any files open. But I could click on it, like I can click on that one, and it will open up my Burning Studio. Then, as we can see now, it's got a little window around it. That's going to take a couple of seconds to load up. We're not using it, but I can use it to demonstrate the 3 buttons in the top right hand corner. We have got the X, which will close the program. We've got this one, which will minimize it down to the bar at the bottom. We can also maximize the window to the full area of the desktop so we can see everything that's going on. Or we could also close the program down. Watch the difference when I minimize it. It's still down there and it's still open. There it is. If I close it, it actually closes the program and it's no longer there. Well, that is a brief pit stop tour of the Windows 7 interface. Next, we will look at some other examples of different things we can do on our computer. Well, one of those examples is Microsoft Word. We can use that to write letters. We could use Microsoft Office Excel. That's like a great financial package to allow you to do all your accounts, or even a break-even analysis I've got here. Minimize both of those down. We can use programs like Paint to draw pictures. You can use this to add stuff on top of your photographs if you wanted to. Just close that down, and I don't want to save it. We can surf the web with Firefox. That's going straight onto Google. Got some great videos on Google. And we can also play games, use it to view all our pictures from our digital camera, and even use it as a calculator. But we can also personalize Windows so it looks and works how we want it to work. We may want to add other gadgets onto the desktop. You can simply do that with right-clicking your mouse, go onto Gadgets. Let's just add a clock up there, and maybe a calendar. There we go, tells us the date. You can also change the way it looks by using the personalize and the different themes that you've got available just to click on. It changes the way it sounds and it feels and it looks to you. You've also got this great little tool called Shake It. Let's just open up a few different things on the screen, get loads open, and if I grab this one and give it a little shake, it minimises all the other windows that were on the screen. Shake it again, brings them back. I can even do something which docks something to the left and then docks something to the right, like that. That's really helpful when you're transferring files around, or if you wanted to work from 2 different files at the same time. There's loads of other cool things you can do with Windows 7, and if you've got any questions, post them in the forum. But thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you come back to look at some of the other ones. I've been Nathan Revel, thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon.